So maybe starting isn't about feeling ready. Maybe it's just about making the first mark and letting that be enough. So today I wanted to talk more about process and why it's so hard to get started on creating art sometimes. So for a lot of people, that fear can be fear of failure, and that's why it's so hard to get started. But if we can stay present in the moment of painting or creating, we can approach it with curiosity and experimentation and kind of let go of that end result. Then we can kind of freely experiment and paint without fear of failure. So here I'm just kind of doing a loose pencil drawing. This is how I approach art, and I don't expect people to paint like me or do things the way I do. I'm just explaining my own process when I'm demonstrating here on my channel and stuff. And what I do is I use a loose photo reference sometimes. Sometimes I draw from imagination. I'm mixing my colors from the three primaries. So I'm mixing yellow and red to make orange, and then adding a little bit of blue in, and I make like a tan color by adding some white in. And then I start by painting in layers. So the first layer, I'm just getting in some basic shapes and the form down, all that. And then the second layer, I go back, and that creates more volume because I'm going to be adding some different values. And the third layer, when I go back again, because I'm putting thin layers down, so a lot of them are transparent, I'm putting in highlights and the darker values and really refining the eyes. But every time you add another layer, it kind of refines things and smooths things out. But you can even see when I'm adding like the rosy cheeks and stuff, if it's, I'm putting another layer of color over it, and it kind of smooths things out. And that's just my process. You have to find what works for you. And at this point, I've put my reference away, and I'm just kind of playing at this point. And these are studies. And so I really feel very free when I'm doing these, because I don't have any kind of a agenda with them. I'm working out all my ideas here. I'm playing. I'm not worried about the end result, because this doesn't have to go anywhere. I do work on bigger paintings on canvas and things, and those are a little bit more serious, if you want to call them serious. But even there, I tried to have that same kind of a feeling when I'm working. And while you're welcome to take things from my process, I'm not necessarily here to teach you how to draw or paint like me. My main purpose of creating this community is to encourage you to free the artist inside of you. Art doesn't have to be for selling or exhibiting or anything, really. Art is really about self-discovery. So when you begin to start creating art and making art, it's all about going within and learning about yourself and wandering within your own head and inside your heart and finding your way home. You don't have to have expensive materials. You could have literally a pencil and some paper. You can bring things into existence from basically nothing, and that can be a powerful feeling. And I really do believe that art is for everyone, regardless to whether or not you've had any formal training. You don't need formal training. You can be self-taught. I've met so many artists or so many people that come to art when they're older and loved it as youth, and then put it aside for careers and families and a whole lifetime. And they come back with so much passion for it, and they're so talented, and they just pick up where they left off. And it doesn't matter that they didn't have formal training. They just needed it to feed their soul for so many years, and they just dive right back in. And everyone can have that. I've been a teaching artist for a long time, and the thing I've seen the most with my students is that fear of getting started. So if they're not in a class or a workshop, they won't start a piece of art on their own. It's that fear of beginning, finding the courage to start, finding that courage to start, even when it's super uncomfortable, even when we're really unsure, and when it doesn't feel like the perfect time. That is the very most difficult thing in art. I experienced this fear firsthand right before I started this channel. So for almost a year, I procrastinated so badly. I watched a million influencer videos before I ever uploaded anything to this channel. I probably almost a year of just research and studying instead of just like uploading something. And I enjoy it so much and love doing it so much, and I'm having so much fun with it. And if I had never taken that plunge, I wouldn't even be doing something I enjoy so much. It's added so much to my practice, and I never knew I would like doing it as much as I actually do. So it happens to everyone. So this little painting gave me so much grief. Here I'm mixing the colors again I just remixed a whole bunch. But what I'm doing here is I'm mixing the red and the yellow to make orange. Then I just add a little bit of blue, and it creates like a brown. And then I add in the white until I get flesh tones. But I used a vintage photograph that was really cool. And for some reason, I messed up this lady so bad. So I repainted it like 100 times. But the thing about acrylic paint is that when you're working with it, you can fix it 150 times and it just doesn't matter. So I wasn't stressed out at all, and I just kept poking away at it, and you can go over it 100 times and it doesn't even matter. So I just kept working my way around the painting, and I'd go back to the face. It was the face that was giving me grief. And a lot of times on these little ones, because you have to go in and the details are smaller, it's a little bit more tricky. And I usually paint really big and more boldly, and I don't normally have such tiny things to paint. So I don't really have a lot of really tiny brushes. I have big fat brushes, because I like to paint loosely. So I think that was part of the problem. But I finally got her straightened out at the very end. I mean, I know what to do. And as long as you stay calm and relaxed and you just go back to your go-to, my structure is a layer. And then while I'm letting that layer dry, I go to something else. And then I have fresh eyes to go back. And that's how I do it. And if something doesn't look right, I just work on something else for a minute, and then I have fresh eyes again to look at whatever problem area. And so that's kind of how I work, and this is a study. And it ended up coming out really cute, and I was really happy with it by the end. So I just try to stay in that flow state when I'm painting and just concentrate on being present in the moment while I'm painting. And then everything just kind of works itself out. And I understand that there is a level of frustration when you first start. And there's also a whole bunch of self-limiting beliefs which keep us from starting or wanting to start. And I want to talk about a few of those. Sometimes I think it's like people think that nobody makes ugly paintings, and people don't make a mess of their paintings the way I do. And that's why a lot of times I'll show you where I really mess up a painting. Like this, if you could like really look at this lady's face, I mean, she could have been uglier like most of the way through this painting. So that's why I do that. I intentionally show you things where I'm messing stuff up, because I want you to see that these paintings go through really ugly phases. People are going to laugh at my artwork. That's another thing that people think. People are going to laugh at it if I share it with them. Or people think that other people's opinion about their art actually matters. It doesn't, and you don't need to share it with anybody until you're ready, honestly. And it doesn't matter. Like, what are they doing? How are they putting themselves out there? What kind of work are they doing to make themselves grow as a person? And that's what art does. It makes you grow as a person. So don't forget, the hardest part is never the painting. It's the first mark, and after that, you're just responding.